Hit the like button and hit subscribe.
James Stokes, how in the hell have you been?
Malcolm, I've been great, man. I appreciate you asking me back.
Well, you know what? The last podcast was so fun. We ended up breaking like a real expensive pair of headphones. Remember when you got in a wrestling match?
Oh, God. Yeah, we did. Yeah, I do remember that now. I forgot about that. Yeah, I do remember that. I put the mask on, and we kind of like just went a little crazy.
That's, two crazy rednecks. Hey, man, real quick, I just want to ask you, where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Well, actually, Hopkinsville is what we say, but I'm from a little town called Pembroke, Kentucky.
Okay, I've been by there.
Yeah. It's like 10 miles from Hopkinsville, and it's just a little outskirts of town, you know. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, dang.
Yeah.
So you're a real country boy.
I am. I mean, yeah. I grew up on a farm. I mean, we had chickens and pigs and horses and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I was for real a country boy for a long time. Always had a garden every year, you know.
Really?
I loved it.
I grew up on a farm, but man, we were just like cotton and soybeans and milo.
Missouri,
like
right?
Yeah. And and that's what they call the Holy Land.
Sure.
Because the crops grow so.
I love
good
Missouri.
there.
And I've only been really to besides driving through Missouri, but the south. I guess the south of Missouri, like Branson, like Sykeston.
Oh, that's way on the other side.
Yeah.
Sykeston. Now that's where my mom lives.
Yeah,
now.
Sykeston. But it's still the southern part of Missouri. I've never really traveled up in the northern part of Missouri a whole lot.
Man, it's beautiful.
Yeah. It is.
The
Ozarks. Yeah.
Oh
my God. When we filmed my last film, we filmed a lot of it up that way. It was in Arkansas, but it was within 30 minutes of Branson. So.
Oh, really? So you were in a freaking north. West.
Northwest Arkansas. That's what. Okay. NWA, buddy. That's where we.
Well, that's why I wanted to have you on, is because I want to talk about some of the new movies you've been in. I know you just filmed some of the Stranger Things this last fall.
Yeah, well, it's been a little bit longer than that. I mean, it's been a long time since. I don't know.
Oh, really?
I don't know when they're going to actually put out season 5. I'm thinking they're doing it in 2 parts, and it's going to come out in January or something like that
next year.
Yeah, I think
that's such a bummer.
It's been like years.
But why are they doing that?
I have no idea.
That's just the stupidest thing.
Yeah,
man.
I have no idea. I mean,
why does the music? Why does the film industry run like that,
dude? It happens all the time. I mean, okay, when you shoot a film, it does take anywhere between 8 and 9 months afterwards, post production, to get everything done. With music and lighting, with color and everything done. Just editing part of it. But I don't. For this long, for Stranger Things to come out in season 5, I mean that's a little crazy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Well, a lot of it too. What I have heard though, like on The Chosen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chosen. Yep.
That was because they left Angel Studios.
Yes,
and here, let me put this over so the camera.
Sorry. Yep.
You got this right here. Yep. So. And that was weird because it took a long, and that hadn't come out yet. Well, no. The last season,
yeah.
Which I think they'll continue going with that.
I think they will too. Yeah, Chosen's a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's well liked. People all over the world love it.
Did you audition for that one?
I have not. No.
Well, I know you're a Christian.
No, absolutely.
And I didn't know you'd make a good Roman soldier.
Being that it films in Dallas, I guess they kind of, I'm not saying low budget, but I think they choose people from that area more so than flying people in.
Kind of support the
and
thing.
That happens in a lot of movies. They'll cast, like just any TV show or something. Most of the time they'll cast it from LA with the big names, right. And then wherever they're filming, that they'll do fill-ins like co-stars and day players and stuff from that area to where they can get that incentive. So
and also too, so they kind of fit the surroundings. You know
sure,
what I mean?
They fit the surroundings and
the
and
language
it's just,
there. And stuff.
But I think mainly it's to get the incentive. like because LA don't give an incentive.
I gotcha.
So they'll get the LA actors for the main cast, and then the rest of them they will be scattered out through Tennessee, Kentucky, wherever they're shooting. And they'll fill in the co-stars and stuff like that from there to where they can get that incentive, because you do have to have so many people from that state to work on your film to get the incentive.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, so
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about what's this new movie that you're in that you're the star in it, right?
I am. Yeah, it's called The Forest Through the Trees. I just won Best Actor for that show not too long ago. I'm nominated again for Best Actor in another film festival, so it's doing really well for us. But it should be out to the public June 24th.
What's it called again?
It's called The Forest Through the Trees.
The Forest Through the Trees.
Yes, and it's deemed horror, but I would say it's more on the suspense side of it.
Right.
Just a little bit about it. I play the father, Ken, and my daughter, Chloe, is my stepdaughter, and my wife, Kathy. She apparently, at a younger age, was involved with a cult. When she had Chloe, she kind of escaped the cult to save her daughter. Her daughter had what they call heterochromia. Heterochromia is two different color eyes, a brown and a blue eye. Yes. So that's where the whole story takes place, is around this my daughter with heterochromia, because the cult looks at it as the eyes are the vessel to the highway to the soul, and so the cult wants to use my daughter to bring back a demon.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so yeah,
wow.
It's very suspenseful. I mean, it really is. And so they find out where my daughter, or where my wife and my daughter is, and they send her some flowers and tell her it's time to come home. Well, instead of taking her daughter with her, she's still trying to be the good mom and save her daughter, but she just leaves us. And for a whole year, we have no idea why she left. She literally we came home from a date one night, and she just packed her bags while I'm in the shower. Chloe's going to bed. She just leaves. And what it was is she was trying to save her daughter. And so, and
you go looking for the mom. For your wife.
Well, no, for the next year, I go down this road of alcoholism, start having nightmares, being post PTSD from the military, from the war. And me and her kind of clash a little bit, blaming each other for why she left and all that stuff. We get some clues saying that we had some things take place of maybe where she could be. So my daughter and her girlfriend take off to go there, and I find out the next morning that they had left. So I take off to them, and then things lead to, and I have to try to save my daughter from this cult.
Okay, so it is kind of a horror movie.
Kind of, sort of, kind of a horror. There's
more suspense,
more suspense,
and drama thing,
and kind of like on Rambo-ish kind of thing too.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
As big as you are, it's probably not hard to do.
That's why that's all I'm going to say about it. But it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's well written, well directed. Jason Pitts did an amazing job. Again, same director and writer as my Voorhees movie when I played Jason.
Oh wow!
Yeah. No, he's a great horror mind, man. He's great, and well,
yeah. I know that Jason Voorhees acting, playing him, has really changed your life.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just the oh my goodness. I mean, this character here is just absolutely been insane.
So is that
for
the
me.
real mask from the movies?
This is the mask from the movie. Yes. This
wow.
Actually is.
Here, let me see that thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's very well made. It's it's very authentic. It's it's very heavy, as you can tell.
It is. That's really cool. Check that out,
cool.
guys.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, it's been a life.
I told the kids, I said Jason Voorhees is coming over here and he's gonna hack you guys up today.
That's funny.
No, but so how in the hell? I know I maybe asked you this on the last, but I gotta ask it again. Mm-hmm. So how in the heck did you get into acting? When did you know that you were going to be an actor?
Dude,
was you really young?
No, not at all. Matter of fact, I was still in EMS when a friend of mine was doing some short films in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, at a place called Copper Canyon Ranch, and y'all need to look that place up. It's really cool. It's an actual ranch made back in the woods to look like an actual 1800s Western town.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He's got a saloon. He's got a brothel. He's got a general store. He's got a jail. He's got a place to hang people. I mean,
Where's this at?
in Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Right up the road.
Right up the road. Hour and a half from here. And yeah, it's very cool. And a lot of TV shows and movies get shot out there. A lot of music videos from country artists and different artists go out there to shoot videos and stuff. It's an authentic Western town. And so, but the owner's son was shooting a little Western out there, and he needed someone that could ride a horse and just, and all that. And that's what I've done all my life. I've been a professional equestrian all my life. Right. So rode IPRA, International Pro Rodeo Association, for 5 years. Did that and all that. So I went out there and did that. Well, while I was out on set of that show, I met this other director named Danny, and he had a movie that he wanted me to kind of be one of the leads in. Me be the antagonist, kind of the bad guy in it.
Right.
And so it was called Soldier's Joy. And I said, yeah, send me the script and all that. Well, while we were shooting that movie, he had his agent come down from Nashville here and was going to be an extra in it. Well, I met her on set one day, and we and her talked a little bit, and she asked me if I would ever want to be represented, and I said maybe. And she said, yeah, you got a good look, give me some headshots and I'll do it. Well, I got her some headshots, and she started putting me in. I got some really good commercials out of it. I got some other little short films and some other feature films out of it, and I thought, man, this is fun. I could really do this. And then I don't know. Lo and behold,
how old were you when all this happened?
Oh God, I was in my 40s.
That is amazing.
I've only been doing this for like 15 years.
Like Morgan Freeman, he didn't start till he was like 40 something.
No, I think he was 53, 52, 53.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think. Now, I could be wrong totally, and I don't quote me on that. But he was a very well established. He was an older gentleman when he started. But anyway, I did that, and then lo and behold, she called me one day, and I was at the house, and she said, "What's your availability for Stranger Things?" And I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "If Stranger Things wants me, my availability is wide open, of course." Right. And she said, "Well, they want you because of what you do in real life, and you're an actor, and they want you." So I went down and became a EMS medic on the set of Stranger Things, and that was it. And then so I did that, and then during that time, I was doing a film in Birmingham, Alabama. And during that filming, that's when I met Jason. And he was the DP on this show that I was doing. We became really good friends, and we was out to dinner one night. And this was a couple years later. And he told me that he was thinking about writing a script to do a Jason film. And I said... And I mean, just nonchalantly over dinner table, I said, if you ever do that, I want to play Jason. I said, you see how big I am? I said, I want to play Jason. And he said,
you're perfect for it.
And he said, yeah.
Perfect.
And well, I didn't hear anything back for months. And months. It could have been 5 or 6 months, maybe. And then all of a sudden, I got a text message from Jason saying, I got the script done. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, you want me to send it to you? And I said, absolutely. He sent me the script, and it was like, from there, it was just, let's do this thing. And so okay, I have to ask, but you didn't have any lines. Not in that show. No. Well, okay.
No, but playing Jason Voorhees, I do have a
cameo. I do have a cameo in the movie.
Oh, really?
I do have a you can see me. You can see. I have a speaking role and everything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
so you kind of doubled up there.
I did.
I need to watch that movie.
I told it's like Kane Hodder. Kane Hodder in every one of his Jason movies, he has a cameo in it. He's in every one of his shows.
Really? I didn't know that.
Every one of them. Go back and watch it.
I gotta see that, man.
And one
That's
of them,
crazy.
he's a cop. One of them, he's something else. It's nuts, and I love it. And I kind of took that from him, and I told Jason, I said, I'm in the mask. Nobody knows who I am. I said, just put me in the cameo. So he put me as one of the rednecks, which that's what I am pretty much. So he put me as one of the rednecks that went out camping one night, and because it's Voorhees Night of the Beast. So you're out in the woods. Well, what do you think? There could be a beast. It's Bigfoot.
Right. Oh, see, I need to watch the dang movie, man.
You got to watch
terrible.
I fight Bigfoot. And Bigfoot is a 6'7" pro wrestler.
Oh.
Madman Fulton.
Really?
Jacob South.
How tall is he?
He's 6'7", 6'8". Mm-hmm.
So he's bigger than you.
Taller than I am.
Taller than you.
He's taller than I am. Yep. Mm-hmm. As far as wideness goes, I'm wider than he is, but he's a big, and he's got dreads, so he's a menacing looking dude.
Really?
Oh yeah, because his dreads are still, even when they put him in the Bigfoot costume, his dreads were out, and it looks so freaking cool.
I gotta see that. I never have seen that.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch that.
And it's Voorhees. It's
Voorhees Night of the Beast. No. And then we did and then after we shot that, people had like questions about how this happened. So a lady in Arkansas came to Jason and said, look, I'll fund a short film if you let me in it, and all that stuff. I want to be killed by Jason. And we did a short film. So we did Night After the Beast. So it's about a 10 or 12 minute short film that answers some questions of what happened.
I got you.
Dude, it's really cool. So if you watch the entire movie and the short film after, it's like an hour and 15 minutes long. So it's really good, easy watch. It's action throughout the entire thing. The special effects in it are freaking. I got one. I'm telling you right now, and I'm gonna say this about. I probably got one of the best kills that Jason Voorhees has ever done. That's in my opinion. Now there's a lot of good kills that Jason's done, and you'll know it. It's my very first kill of the movie, and you will.
Okay, I got.
Trust you. Got to watch.
Me and the wife are going to watch that tonight.
Please do. It's on YouTube, and you can watch it all day long. Just put in Voorhees Night of the Beast, and it pops right up.
Okay.
So you got to do that. So it's really good. It's really a good movie, and people loved it. And I get to go to all these conventions now. I'm very blessed. I get to go to all these conventions. These conventions welcome me in as another Jason, and I set up my mask and my pictures and stuff from the movie. I mean, I've got actual screenshots of 8x10 pictures that I sell. Some of them I brought one, so I could see, so people could see it and all that. But this is one of them right here.
Oh yeah.
So this and I take that to my conventions, and all that, and I sign it for people and stuff like that, and they absolutely love it. I've got these pictures all over the United States. I'm not kidding you. There's been people. It's been very humbling for me to be this actor of Jason, that people really watch it and they really love my character that I did for it. Right. Because when I talked to Kane Hodder about it. And I did. I mean, I talked to Kane. I said, how do you play this character? And he said, James, you just got to make it your own. And he said, you put the mask on just like all the rest of us. He said, you make Jason you. And so I went back and watched every show. I went from the very first one when he didn't have a mask, when he was a kid, all the way until the very end one where Kane was. And did I emulate Kane? I don't think so. I kind of made Jason what I thought Jason should be, and people loved it. And people loved it. Watch it, and you let me know what you think. When you see, because you've watched the old Friday the 13th, watch my film and see what you think. What our film, and see what you think, what it looks like.
Yeah, because I remember seeing you in Stranger Things. I went back. I mean. Yeah, man, that's freaking great, man. So that's how you got into it, and you're just rolling right along, aren't you?
I am. I'm doing really well.
So you said earlier before we got on the camera that you're auditioning for Nashville 911?
Yeah, I just got the audition for it. So, yeah, the auditions are going out, and we'll see what happens with it. It's just an audition right now. Nothing's set in stone. Who knows? I mean, I hope it's a great. I think it's going to be a great show. All of those shows like Chicago Fire and all those shows like that on ABC and NBC and CBS, they're great. So I'm hoping that it works and people love it. And
right. I always make fun of the wife for watching Chicago Fire.
Yeah, Chicago Fire is a good show.
No, I haven't. Man, I'm into John Wick or
sure.
Something like that, a little bit more action or dragons. I like the House of Dragons. Man, I'm into all that stuff. But I've been watching a lot of. I don't know. Have you seen on YouTube that show called The Y-Files? Dude, you got to check it out. It's probably it's my favorite YouTube channel by far.
Really?
Even more than Joe Rogan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's got like 4 million freaking. Dude,
wow.
You'll love it. Well, he debunks a lot of stuff like he debunked the debunking of the moon landing, which was one of my favorite ones. In other words, he proved that we really went to the moon.
Sure.
But it's up to you to believe it or not.
Sure, yeah.
I think that if you don't believe we went to the moon, you're a communist.
Right.
I mean, that's what my dad called people who thought we didn't go to the moon was communists. Because, that all was based on one guy writing a book.
Sure, yeah.
That's all it was. And the guy wanted to sell a lot of books. So he put all this stuff in there. And, you can make anything look fake.
Absolutely.
You can make anything look fake. I mean, the thing about it is I had an old friend, I'm not going to say his name. He goes, you and your conspiracy thing. I'm like, okay, well, what about JFK conspiracy? That's true.
Yeah.
Well, okay, what about Martin Luther King conspiracy? Well, that's true. We know Malcolm X was killed by the CIA or the government. That's true. The conspiracies are real. I mean, not everything is a conspiracy.
Sure.
But anyway, it's funny how humans are, man.
Oh my goodness,
obviously.
yeah.
There's a lot of things I'd like to talk about on here that I can't because we also know another conspiracy that happened to us in 2020 that was definitely true. And it's just ridiculous, some of the things. And now it's all coming out that it is true that, so it's like, But I got to watch YouTube. You know how they are.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I kind of got put on. I kind of got my ass, my butt spanked by 'em.
You did?
Yeah, man. So, oh, yeah, that's what caused the whole thing. But I started doing a bunch of records. That's why I took a little bit of a break from the YouTube channel. But so many friends have called me going, you got to do that again. And one of the guests that wanted to see back was you. And cool. I do want to have a shout out to Mike Kempton, man. He's an old friend of mine. He manages bands or whatever. Good guy, and he kind of lit me up the other day about it. Yeah, man, freaking awesome, man. What, I haven't seen many come out lately, so I'm like, okay, all right. Well, I'm starting all over again.
There you go.
Well, but it's so awesome to have you on here, man. I've got to ask you. So do you still go to schools and help kids and stuff like that?
I do. Oh yeah. Yeah. Whenever a school reaches out to me.
I know you've already said that on the channel, but I'd like for you to elaborate.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I go and talk to mostly middle school kids, and it's just a thing that I like to do because when kids are leaving middle school going into high school, that's the chance where they can choose the right set of friends to hang out with, to make the right decisions, because high school can be very, very tough. Very rough, with bullying, with just in general, just life growing up. You're learning yourself. You're learning about life, and you're learning about things. And it's just, if you pick the wrong group of friends, they could lead you down the wrong road and wrong path. And I didn't do that. And I want other kids to know that you don't have to always be a follower. You can be a leader, even if it's a leader of one. Even if you're following down that path and you see what your friends are doing and they're going down the wrong path, you can just veer off. Go off on your own. You don't need anybody beside you. You don't need anybody behind you. You just go and do it yourself and make sure that you take care of your number one, and that's you. Because as long as you take care of yourself, everything else will fall into place. You got to take a chance to make a choice, to make a change.
That's a good way to say it.
So, and that's what I tell them. If you take that chance to and make that choice. And what choice you're making is where you're going to take your life. It will change your life. And it goes vice versa. It goes the wrong way too.
Yeah.
If you choose to go the wrong way, the change in your life from what you know right now could be very different. You could be dead. You could be in jail. You could hurt somebody. Somebody could hurt you. A lot of things could go wrong. So you got to make a choice to make it, you got to take a chance to make a choice to make a change. And that change is what's going to define your life.
It's funny because the last time I talked to you, man, I didn't have, I've got 3 grown kids, but
Sure.
But my other ones have come up, and now they're teenagers. Brentley that helps me with the show, and Bentley, and Brentley's more home. Like, I'm gonna play video games, stay to myself. I don't really care what I wear. I can wear the craziest clothes in the world. I don't care. But now my daughter, man, she's worried about what everybody thinks,
Sure.
and everything's just some crazy. I mean, if one thing happens, but she's a girl, but it's just this drama thing, and it's like crazy. It's like,
and her age right now is when the worst bullying happens.
that's what worries me.
And girls are the worst. Girls are 10 times worse than men.
That's what my wife said.
Well, boys, because they hide behind these things right here. They make fake accounts. And sometimes it's just right to your face. They're terrible. What you wear. That's the reason the kids are so terrified to go to school wearing something that's not designer or something like that.
I know.
And it shouldn't be that way, man. It shouldn't be that way. It should not, and it pisses me, and I'm just going to say it pisses me off that these kids think that they can bully somebody into trying to be like them.
Right.
And it just sucks. So that's the main reason that I go to these schools. You don't let nobody treat you like or don't let somebody treat you like you're nobody. That's what I've always said to these kids. You don't let somebody treat you like you're nobody, because you're always somebody. You're worth it, and that's what these kids don't think. These kids like your daughter, at that age, they're vulnerable. If she hears left and right, you're ugly, you're terrible. Why don't you just go kill yourself?
Well, the thing is the suicide rate is high.
Exactly. They do.
I just wonder, I didn't really think about killing myself when I was that
I didn't
young.
either. It wasn't like that when we was in school.
No, now I thought about freaking running away because of my dad, but my dad wasn't that bad of a guy. And that was, he'd get drunk every once in a while.
Dude, what did we do when we had a bully in school? We had a fist fight and it was over. You fought each other and it was over. It was done. Teacher put you into a detention or whatever and just say they don't nowadays. It's
so weird because people make fun of us rednecks.
Yeah.
But I'm serious. Back in the day when I was younger, we'd go to the bar and get hammered, get in a fist fight, beat the hell out of each other, and then go to church on Sunday morning with a hangover and black eyes and a bloody nose and freaking everything
shake
else.
each other's hand.
Yeah, and then love each other and freaking give each other a hug and go, man, that was funny, man. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry too. And I love you, man. I love you too. And
it's
and
the way
it's
it
over.
is.
It's like, but man, that's not how it is anymore. It's almost like our culture has turned into this. I don't know, hateful.
It is hateful. Oh, this world is hateful.
People are just hateful now, and they didn't used to be. Just like back when we were growing up, I swear, like the race thing wasn't a big deal. Like,
no, not at all.
Like the fact that someone, when they describe someone, and a friend of theirs, if they got so many friends, well, he's black. Well, what difference does it make? No, I'm serious. At this point, though, shouldn't that be gone?
It should.
It's 2025.
Why do you have to see color? Why do you have to see
it's
color?
Like, to me, it's like, why are we talking about someone's skin color and what does that make any difference? You know what, man? I was lucky because I grew up, after I left home, I went to Memphis and my pops, Gary Bells, we always had all kinds music going on at the studio. Like we'd have a rap project in one room, we'd have a metal project in another room, we'd have a big more pop thing going on in another room in the studio, and we all would get together and hang.
Yeah,
like
sure.
there never was none of this. Well, this and that and this and that.
Yep.
It was just always just a lot of love and stuff around that place. And yeah, man, Memphis is rough. And as we got older, we got into bad things. You know what I mean? And I made some bad decisions. And with drugs and alcohol and all that stuff like that. Not as much alcohol, but just trying to stay awake and do too many sessions, because I love recording music so much. I just freaking, I just never wanted to go to bed, and that's just the truth. But no, it wasn't that way when we were younger. I don't think. I don't remember it being like a lot of like racial stuff going on in the 80s.
I never looked at race, man. That's just not something that ever occurred to me. It's never even looked at me. I've got brothers, I've got friends, I've never looked at it like that.
It's just weird. It's just gotten so bad. But you know what, though? I'm hoping that everything settles down about that. And, these places that you go. So you're going somewhere to a convention. Where at? You said?
Not a convention. I'm going up to PA June 11th. I'll be up in Philly. As of right now, I've got a radio show that I'm doing up there, and then I'm doing a signing with my mask and stuff like that.
I need to hook you up with Jamie Stem. He lives there.
Jamie Stem?
I got a bunch of friends in Philadelphia.
Oh, really?
You know what? Used to, man, years ago, about 25 years ago, man, I was the mayor of Philadelphia.
Really?
Oh, dude, I walked in Philadelphia, man, and everybody knew my name because I was getting so many bands record deals out of there. And, and the music scene there is always incredible.
Sure.
I produced a lot of really great bands. John Daly and his band, Tidewater Grain. I produced that for Rough Nations. And Rough Nations Records is there. So I don't know what happened after that. Schwartz guy, died or whatever. I mean, he obviously was going to die. He was on freaking worked for him, and it was pretty bad too. I mean, he was pretty bad. And I shouldn't say that on here, I guess. I just know he was really an addict, real bad, but he ended up passing away. So I don't know what happened to that bunch, and a bunch of good people from there. I really love people from there. I've had a great time, so you're going to PA,
coming back, and then the very next weekend I'll be going to Cleveland, Ohio, and for another movie.
Same thing?
No, it's another movie premiere for my movie Forest Through the Trees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's going to be our last movie premiere before it comes out to the public.
So when does that come out?
As of right now, June 24th.
This month?
This month.
Really?
To the public.
And what channel are you going to be able to see it on?
We don't know that yet. We just know that Bayview Entertainment has it, and there's one streaming service called Scream TV or something like that.
I've seen that.
I think Bayview has a deal with those that it's going to be on there, but it's also going to be on a couple of other streaming networks.
Like Prime and all that.
Probably. I just don't know where yet. So they're still working on that.
You know what surprises me? We have watched a couple things off of Netflix lately, and it's pretty dang good.
Oh, Netflix has got some really good stuff, and it's independent stuff too. It's not it's not just SAG Films anymore. Mm-hmm.
Well, the whole 0 Day or whatever. I think that was what's his name was in that. Robert De Niro was in that. And, I like his acting, like him or not as a person. Whatever. It doesn't matter to me. That's why. I say the political thing because people are so extreme, and it's like no reason to be like there's nothing.
Right? Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Me and you can get on here and badmouth our president all day long, but it's not going to do anything.
It's not going to do anything. So why do it?
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing, and I kind of keep politics and stuff out of my my field because it's just there's no reason to get into that. It has nothing to do with making movies. Right. So unless you're doing a political film, so and I haven't done a political film yet, so we'll just go from there.
Political film.
I mean, I love I love horror. I love the horror genre. I love the action genre. The comedy, I haven't done a whole lot of comedy yet, but wanting to break into a little comedy and then TV. I love the TV.
I
love
bet
the
you'd
TV
be
shows.
great at the comedy thing.
Oh, I love it. I'm very witty, and when it comes to just making up stuff, and but I'd like to work with some actors that are comedians, like the
Right.
Will Ferrells and
Oh
all
God,
those
that
guys.
would be
Yeah.
so fun. That'd be
Yeah.
a riot working with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do some more breakfast down at the Red Rooster. Man.
Absolutely, I love the Red Rooster. Yeah,
Yeah, I got on a case.
Give them a shout out. Yeah, I love
the
it.
Red,
Red Rooster's
Rooster
great
in
place.
Hendersonville, man, kicks. I mean, it's a great breakfast place.
Great
man.
breakfast place,
It
yeah.
really is, man. And it's a good place to relax and
Sure.
and, and hang. You don't feel like you're rushed trying to
Not
get
at
out,
all. No,
out
no.
of there and stuff like that. And because I mean. Of course, you know me. I'd like to be an actor, but I hurt my back too bad all the time and freaking the gym, dude. I tell you what, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do about my back. It's not good. I can tell you, man, it ain't good. And I just got to work legs and stuff like that more. And I don't know if that's it. I don't know what it is. You know?
I don't know what you could have
You
done.
don't ever
with
have
your
any
shoulder.
back problems, do you?
I mean, I got lower back problems a little bit, but it's more of old football injuries and stuff
See,
like
that's what
that.
mine is.
Yeah, so but I don't. It doesn't stop me from doing anything. I mean, I'll put it that way. I mean, I still get on a horse every now and then. And I still, work out all the time and still do everything that I want to do. So I don't let it bother me.
Heck yeah, man.
You can't. You just got to keep going.
Yeah, man, and working out is like I understand I gotta be hurting.
Sure.
I know you're gonna hurt. you
Yeah,
know?
I mean, you're going to be sore. I wouldn't say hurt. I'm not sore. I'm not hurt anymore. Now
See,
there for a while I had my shoulder, but I mean I'm not gonna lie. I took peptides. Peptides help.
Peptides.
Yes, peptides. Yeah, it's yeah. Peptides are something that you shoot in the muscle and it goes down in there and it kind of heals you a little bit. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Look them up.
Can I get those at GNC?
You can get them at Nutrition Factory. I know that.
Well, you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
they're not anything. They're not like a steroid or nothing like that. They're nothing like that. It's called a peptide, and they got healing ones. They've got different ones for different things all over. Yeah,
And it's a needle just go.
yeah, it's a little insulin needle that you just push right in the muscle. I mean,
So-
the needle's only that big. I mean, it ain't nothing.
So I was going to ask you too. Did you know anything about this methylene blue thing?
No, I can't say that I do.
Okay. I didn't know. I didn't know.
No,
if you,
I really don't. Mm-mm.
It's called methylene blue. It's supposed to be like this thing that helps you focus more and all that stuff like that.
Is that something that Joe's talked about?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay, yeah, I do know what you're talking about, but no, I do not know
Well,
anything
I
about
tell you
it.
what, baby, bad. If you see that stuff on Facebook, don't order it because it's coming from Japan. You can just get on Amazon and order it, and it'll be here the next day.
Oh, really?
I haven't done that yet, but you know what? Matter of fact, I'm going to do that tonight. I hear it's like amazing. I heard you can't take that much of it though. But you take it before you work out and stuff too. It's like gives you a bunch of energy and stuff.
I know he talks about something too with for focus, for focus and brain
Right.
focus and
Right,
brain
that's
fog
what
and all
he's
that.
talking
Yeah,
about,
yeah,
Because it's some kind of dye, isn't it?
something like that. I haven't messed with any of that. Mm-mm.
So hey, you know what? Before we get going, I got to talk to you about this whole. We've got to mention something about aliens. We already mentioned
Oh, yeah.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Have you seen the wall they found on Mars?
Well, I've seen something about it. Yeah.
Dude, it's like obvious that there was a civilization there before us, but I had to ask you if you had seen anything about it or anything.
I believe in Bigfoot, so and people can laugh at me whatever they want to, and maybe it's just because I want there to be a Bigfoot. I don't know.
I know everybody wants there to be,
but it's something that is mysterious. It's something that I don't know. It keeps you wanting to come back for more, wanting to know. So as far as aliens go, I'm not going to say there's not aliens. I'm not going to say
I don't really know if they're aliens that we're seeing. I think whatever we're seing is here already somewhere.
and it very well could be. I mean,
the Watchers or whatever the Bible. We're not going to know. And it's like because I had my whole thing. I did this whole thing. I did a short not long ago because I said this whole podcast. My 3 things I'm going to ask God when I get there. Jesus, hey, listen, man, let me ask you something. Who built the pyramids?
Yeah.
Really, honestly, who built the pyramids? Is there a Bigfoot? And who are these aliens? You know what I mean? Those are my 3 questions. And you know what my pastor told me? He goes, those are the last thing you're going to be thinking about when you get there.
Probably so.
You're going to be going, where's Grandma? Where's Dad? You know, but still, it's funny. But, you know, if you could get all the answers to everything, I don't know if we'd want them all.
Exactly.
You know, that's the thing. Is like
that's the reason it's called a mystery.
You know, Bigfoot, man, is not, to be honest, I mean, I believe definitely there is something.
There's too much footage out there
and too many sightings, too many people, eyewitnesses, something. And that's the thing. Like David Eller, I'm getting him back on here, because I forgot to tell you this. You're gonna love this. Okay, so look, this me and you bullshitting. It's awesome. I got a call from the History Channel, and because I'm the only person that they know of that has really seen the Goat Man. And
wow.
And I really saw it. I mean, and my wife laughs at me. Everybody laughs at me when I tell the story. But I think they're going to fly me to L.A. to be on one of those Monster Quest things. Or
that would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And another guy was with me that saw him too. And it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Where was you at?
I was over at the train tracks over there in Kentucky, over there close to those train tracks. Forgot the name of the freaking little town. It's right there. It's like 2 miles from those train tracks. They say that thing hangs out, you know. And when I saw it at first, James, I gotta say, man, like we didn't know what it was. So when I saw it, because when my buddy shined his light on it, because I had a little flashlight and I saw this little video. Freaking now, you know, I'm a hunter. I've hunted my whole life. But this saw this little bitty light in this shed, you know. It's like, I don't know, probably from here to that door right there.
Yeah.
And it's this little bitty light. And I kept yelling at my buddy to come over, and because he had a real big spotlight. So I got this little flashlight on him. I said, hey, man, get over here, man, but see what this is. And he shined that light on that thing, and this eye got freaking huge. I've never seen anything like it. Like it went from this green little light, because I thought it was a light coming through the shed on the other side, and I thought, what in the world is that? I kept looking at it. What is that? I kept looking like that, and he put the spot on it, and the eye just went, it got huge, man. And the way the eyebrow went down, and then, because the thing was standing about from here, that door, and it was like standing on the side of that building like this the whole entire time looking at me. So whatever the hell it was not scared. I mean, it wasn't frightened to me. But when it squared up on me, I saw how tall this thing was and how big it was, and dude, it freaked me out. So of course we went inside, loaded up the guns, we're ready to go. You could hear him out there snarling or whatever. I think it's a human being that's just deformed. Really bad. Like really bad. And I don't think it's just, yeah. I think that the dang thing is like a human being that's deformed. That's the only thing I can come up with. Because I know for a fact I saw that, and I know what I saw.
Yeah, sure.
And it didn't bullshit. It's like for sure that thing is real. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like 2 or 3 in the morning. So it was wandering around. But then you hear about all these cattle getting killed. You hear about all these animals, farm animals, or cats, dogs, stuff like that getting killed around there. Really odd. It's really odd, but I never believed in all this interdimensional being thing. But I mean, maybe there is something to that. I don't know. That sounds a little too far to me. You know.
I know, but
there's only so far I'll go with the cryptid thing.
Sure.
Looked like an animal to me.
Yeah.
Looked like kind of an animal.
Yeah.
Part man, part animal, whatever. But I did see it, and I think about it.
How tall do you think it was?
He's about 6'5", 6'6". He was tall, a lot taller than me. Yeah, it was big, maybe even taller than that.
Wow.
Yeah, and the head on it was huge, and the legs on it, man, looked weird. Like it was real skinny at the bottom, and they bent backward, like the legs went back.
That's a goat.
Yeah, it looked like a goat. And, but what happened was we didn't know what it was. So we went inside and I started looking up on the computer what it could be.
Yeah.
And they come up And 2 miles away from there, that bridge there in Kentucky is where it was sighted, and a lot of people have seen it around that bridge. So, just weird, man. I mean, have you been Bigfoot hunting yet?
Oh, absolutely.
I have too.
No, absolutely.
You ever seen anything?
Never. I've heard things, but I've never seen anything. No, I have not. And again, that's the thrill of the hunt. You know,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Would we really want to know for sure?
I know.
You know,
all these people that get out there and do fake stuff, it kind of ruins it for everybody else.
It does, man.
You know, it's just if you either you believe or you don't, and if you don't, just stay out of the woods and don't
stay out of the way.
But yeah, stay out of the way. We're not going to bother you. You know, the ones that do believe, and the ones
I think it's this whole rampage to get views on YouTube, or Spotify, or not Spotify, but X or something like that. You know, well, I've got a Bigfoot video. Well, everybody checks it out, especially the Bigfoot believers, because we want to see it. And most of it's just like, oh, well, dude, man, that's bull.
Some of the footage that you see out of drones and helicopters and stuff of this creature or whatever walking through. Could it be a bear? Maybe, but you see a creature walking through these woods that is on this mountainside. Ain't no regular human gonna be up there. It's just not gonna happen.
I know. That's what's crazy.
Too weird of a place to see something that far up, that high up, and just a human being just walking. Yeah, it's just not gonna happen.
Well, what gets me is finding prints up there too.
That's right.
Like, nobody's going up in the mountains and putting these prints down for you to find.
No, they're not.
And then, you know, you got the skeptics going, well, probably the people who found them made the prints. Well, I mean, but then you got those guys like that Professor Meldrum or whatever, you know, that really studied those prints, and he's a real doctor, a scientist or whatever, and he's like, oh, there's definitely a Bigfoot. Well, we don't know. The thing about it is, I think, man, I'll be honest with you, this sounds crazy, but I think they're the indigenous species.
Could be.
I think they are.
Absolutely.
Because, man, think about it. The Indians and all them, they've told stories about Bigfoot.
Absolutely.
For 2,000 or 3,000 years.
There's been hair found, you know, in different places.
That they didn't know, couldn't describe.
Couldn't
figure out what it was.
No.
That's what I'm saying. When you get these guys, because I got a good friend, it's like, why are you believing Bigfoot? That's stupid. It's like, well, I got 2 of them that do that. And I'm just thinking, man, maybe I'm not the dumb one. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, if you look into it, there is evidence.
Sure, absolutely. There's evidence.
All kinds of evidence of it.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, I mean, it all got kind of clouded up, I guess, with that dang guy that faked it, the first footprints, and how Bigfoot became a. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Household
name.
You
know what I'm saying. But the alien thing, I mean, man, unless we catch one of them in a net, I don't think we're going to bring him.
No, I don't think so.
But then
either.
you got Joe Biden shooting them down. I mean, that's what's funny. Like, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like, I guess he had one shot down up there in Alaska or whatever.
That's what they say.
And then we never heard anything.
Never heard nothing else about it.
See, that's what makes people mistrust.
Area 51, man. You know, nobody knows what's out at Area 51. Nobody.
I mean, you know dang well something's up. And that Bob Lazar thing, you know, I heard a thing on that today about that guy. And the reason why they hired him out there, because they knew he was a genius, but they also knew that he had ran a brothel in freaking Las Vegas so they could pin him and make him look illegitimate, you know. Yeah. It sounds to me like he was just a good businessman that freaking won. I mean, I don't really think that, you know, selling tater is a good thing, but, you know, that's not my thing. But,
right.
You know, seeing my wife get a bunch of girls, we're going to sell some tater. That's just weird.
Yeah.
But you know, people are weird. But, you know, that's my... I guess Christian values and stuff like that, and there's just only so far, you know, there's only so many things you go, oh, well, you know what, I'm going to regret doing that.
Well, sure, yeah. Again, make the right path, right? Make the right choice, you know.
Well, and you know what, I think, though, man, you're going to help a lot of kids because, and I'm going to put some shorts out on this one, too, again, because I think, you know, about the same kind of thing, because I think that that's good advice, because I worry about my teenage. I don't worry about my boy as much as I do my daughter, you know.
No, and kids need to understand that they're valued, and they need to be shown that they're valued and needed, because kids a lot of times in school, you know, the bullyings will start, and the kids will bring it home and never even let you know about it. And that's what
what scares me.
It absolutely, it should scare you. And I'm not trying to put fear into parents out there, but at the same time, talk to your kids. Get to know what's wrong. Ask them every day, how was school? What happened in school today?
I do.
Draw it out of them, because but your kid, you will see a sign. You will see a sign. You'll see a drawback. You'll see something, staying alone, staying independent, not talking much, something. And there's something bothering that kid. Just make sure that you watch that kid, because it's real. It's real when a kid I guess you would say, kind of disembodies himself from the real world and takes it up on himself and said, I'm not worth it anymore, and goes in and commits the unthinkable. And you don't want that to happen. And that's real. It happens every day. It happens in the United States. It happens in every state. So parents out there, you take care of your kids. You ask them, you talk to them, and tell them that they are worth it every day, because they are. Regardless of what you think, they are our future. They are going to be what makes this world a better place. And there's no way around it. We're only going to be here a short time.
Yeah.
So that's why we, have kids, to just keep the species alive, and stuff like that. So regardless of what you think or whatever else, those kids are our future. And you want them to have the best life possible, but you also want them to have fun and enjoy life as well.
Yeah, it's hard because you got to hold on loosely.
You do. You got to hold on with a grip, but at the same time, you got to have a little leadway in there too, to let them experience life. You can't expect a kid to learn anything if it don't fail, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not failing, you're not learning anything.
Right.
It's okay to fail, and that's what a kid's got to understand, because it's hard for a kid. When they fail, they think they're done. They think that their life's over, but they got to understand failure is a part of life. Failure is just a stepping stone to the next achievement. I mean, it really is.
Well, if you never lose, then you're never going to learn anything. If you win at everything, and that's what the participation trophies and certificates and stuff like that kind of bug me, because that doesn't.
It does. It bugs me too. It does.
They didn't give us participation trophies.
No, they did not. And you learned the hard way. And there was times where you cried and you got hurt and stuff like that because you didn't win. And you know what? It just made you a stronger person. And that's what it does. Failure makes you a stronger person. It doesn't make you a weak person.
Well, I'm strong as hell then.
You damn and I am too. And I am too, because it's just like these movies. I can audition for 20 movies and I might not get one of them. I might get one. I might get 10. You don't know. You got to have a tough skin in this world. You do. Mm-hmm. And you got to be able to handle no. You got to be able to handle criticism. You got to be able to handle someone that knows more about it than you do, and sit back and listen. That's if you sit back and you listen and not open your mouth so much, I guarantee you'll learn more than the person that's over there speaking.
Right, that thinks they know everything.
That thinks they know everything.
I know, and you try to tell these young guys that. Well, I have a really great young engineer now working for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's really badass, and Matt's like, sometimes he'll say too much, but most of the time he just kind of just sits there and watches me and directing traffic in the control room.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And but on the failure side though, man, I know that just like movies you work on that don't go big, disappointing. That's how I am with records. Something that doesn't do good, I'm just like, oh man.
You look at it as again, it's a training. It's training. Every time that I get in front of the camera, I don't look at it like, oh, if this don't go big, then it's just not worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it every time, because it's making me a better actor. It's making me a better person. It's learning a craft. It's just like if you're a firefighter, or if you're a construction worker, if you're whatever, you work at your skill, you get better at it to where you can be the best you can be at that. There's no reason to just be mediocre at anything. Right. There's no reason to. You can always learn 1% a day. If you learn 1% a day, you're going to be a better person.
Yep.
And that's in everything. That's in life. That's in everything. It's not just in your job. dude, that's just going home and listening to your spouse or listening to your kids or just hanging out, with your friends and stuff.
To be 1% better every day adds up to 365% at the end of the year.
That's exactly right.
That's kind of how I look at it too.
People don't look at that, man. People don't look at it.
No,
that way.
man, and and I'm gonna tell you, I've been through my depression thing and stuff, and it's all because of projects not doing good or something. And man, you just gotta fight your way through it, and it's funny because me and an artist of mine, Julia, we were talking just yesterday. And it was like the worst thing I hate for people to say to me is, stay positive, stay positive. Well, that means things aren't going good, but no, it's hard. But I want to bring this up, man. It's trusting in God and having faith, and that's what the hardest
100%.
thing is. I mean,
yeah.
That's the hardest thing, and I think, though, the more you have faith, the more you get tested against it.
Absolutely.
And it's like, it's funny because one of the friends that was yelling at me about not being positive, he also said, hey, how did he put it? Like, this is a test of your faith, and you know what? You're so blessed anyway. Look at the family you have. Look at the kids you have. Look at what you're doing. The only thing wrong with you, Malcolm, is you believe in Bigfoot. Basically what he said.
That's funny.
I'm not kidding either. But anyway. But no, man, so faith in God, faith and trust in him. And, it's tough, man.
Sure. It is tough.
It's
Life's tough.
Because I know as an actor, especially you going up in the ranks like you are, you don't know what phone call you're going to get tomorrow.
You never know.
That might be the life-changing phone call.
Absolutely. That's the reason you never stop striving to be the best you can be. It's just the way it is. You get out and you doing things like this, and I appreciate you having platforms like this and bringing guys on like me, to people can learn a little bit about me and what I do and the person that I am. I can't do that without people like you. So I appreciate you for
I love
things
having
like this.
you on here, man.
And and getting just to talk about life situations is kind of fun, and it's not always about movies and all that stuff. So it's kind of refreshing.
So do you have any advice for anybody that wants to get in acting? What would be your advice?
Oh man, if you want to, that's the thing. A lot of people say, "Oh, don't," because it's a tough business. It's very tough. Up front, you got to spend a little money. You got to have headshots done. Right. And that's part of your portfolio. People say, "Oh, I don't want to spend no money." Well, it's kind of like your job. Going to buy work boots for, a construction job. You want to buy the best to make your feet feel comfortable and protected and having steel toes. To where you don't get nothing broke or anything like that. Well, that's the same thing with doing headshots and stuff. And working on your body and working on your craft, going to school, taking classes online. You don't always have to go to an actual acting school or anything like that. You can take them online and all that stuff just to better your craft. So it takes perseverance.
So there's acting classes online?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. You can take acting classes online. You can take stuff to do auditions better for yourself. You can take classes on becoming a character actor, a voice actor or whatever you want to do. Yeah, there's things out there. There's little things that can help every actor in every aspect, just like it is in everything else. It's just you gotta hone your skills in whatever job you're doing, and acting's the same way. Until you make it big, or if you may not ever make it big. A lot of us have other jobs and stuff that we do. I do, and most everybody does until that big break happens. Will it happen? You don't know, but you want to believe that it will. And if you just go into it going, "Oh, I'm just going to do this a weekend thing," there's nothing wrong with that. And I want to tell all of you out there, if you want to go into this and you just want to be an extra in a film or something like that, anybody, they ask for just everyday people off the street to be an extra, to be a patron in a bar, or be a patron in a restaurant, to walk up and down the street 2 or 3 times behind the actors that are actually doing it. You can do that all day long, get paid your little, whatever they pay extras nowadays, and do that. I chose not to go that route. I chose to make this a career. I chose that I wanted to make this an actual career. So far, I've been very blessed in making this a career.
Yes, you have.
I have. And I have been very blessed in being able to get back-to-back-to-back movies and actually keep a paycheck coming in and stuff like that, and it actually has paid off. So I've been very blessed in that. And
so is there a lot of residuals in acting? I mean, do you get a lot of money back?
No, not a lot. No.
Really?
No.
It was like if you're Brad Pitt, you get $1 million to be in a film.
That's a little different. Yeah, when you're an A-lister like that, that's totally different. You're not you're not worried about residuals, to be honest with you. They're paying you up front so much money that you ain't got to never work again.
I wonder if that's recoupable against the residuals. You know what I mean? If they pay them $2 million to be in a movie, then it probably has to recoup $2 million before they get another dime. That's how it is in producing.
Normally, that's how it is in independent film. I know. I just don't know about in the big SAG films like that.
Because if you're Brad Pitt or George Clooney or
well, you got to think about it. You do a $300 million movie and it goes to the box office and it makes $575 million the first day, which is very possible. Well, you've already made your money back plus $275 million. So it's where's that money go? That's going to go back to the actors. That's going to go back to producers.
Right.
And that's going to go for the next film.
How interesting.
Whatever. Yeah.
Such a different world. It was this kind of same thing, the music business, but the music business is like, your artist can say something really stupid on some talk show and their career be over with the next day. So
100%.
So all that residual money coming in, and
yeah,
I've been having a pretty good time with residuals lately, though.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been lucky lately, that's for sure.
Well, look at these old records behind me. I mean, come on now.
I've done really well. I can't complain, man. I don't think that I'm never going to be where I want to be.
None of us will. No, and that's the thing.
Well, I just decided that about a week ago. I just went, you know what, and I work on big records all the time. I just, don't know if I'll ever be like what I, and that's the thing with goals. It's like once you reach a goal, then you got, people who are goal oriented is like, they. We never are going to be in that spot where we're just okay. Sure. I'm good with the podcast, man. I freaking just want to do this and have a bunch of fun. And if it turns into something big, that's fine. It's almost it's almost like a therapy session with your friends.
Sure.
And you get to know your friends better. Because I was just interested in, because when we're out eating breakfast and stuff sometime, it's like, we're sitting there getting distracted by all kinds of things there,
sure.
It's like, but when you sit down and really, because I wanted to hear what you were, what you'd been working on and, and what's going on and what's happening. And I'm sure, man, I can't wait for that show. The Forest
Through the Trees.
Forest Through the Trees.
Yep.
It's a good one, huh?
It is. It's going to be a really good film. I think people are going to love this film. Yeah. To all of our premieres that we've had had phenomenal, results. People just loving it. So, that says something because, the first couple of premieres, there was a lot of actors and stuff that was in it that was there and their families and stuff. But these last 4 or 5 have been in other states to where like only me and the director went.
Right.
And the people just absolutely loved the film. They had great questions afterwards. They just, because he based the demon off from demonology. It's Malphas. Yeah, so it's an actual demon.
What's it called?
The actual demon is called Malphas. So it's an actual demon and stuff like that. The writing in this is very good. You'll see what I mean when you watch it. But it should be out to the public.
Is there a lot of special effects in this movie?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of special effects.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yep. Yeah, there's quite a bit.
It should be one of those where you're kicking back and relaxing and watching it.
I think so. Yeah, I think at the beginning of the movie, it's kind of laid back, and you're learning the characters and all that stuff in the film, the main characters of the film, and then you start, because there's a twist in this thing that I didn't even tell you. So it's a twist that it'll shock people. It really does. It's like, oh my God,
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, there's a shot. There's a twist in
I
here.
like those kind of movies.
There is.
I
There's a
like the
twist.
kind of movies, man, that keep me on the edge of the seat, and in the end, I feel good about it. We watched a good one the other night, man. I forgot what it was, but it was a really good movie. Gosh dang it, I'll think of it here in a minute and tell you when we get off here, because I got to ask the wife, because it was freaking awesome. I was just like, whoa, a true story, but you see, I love watching true story stuff.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Oh, me too. I love true story stuff. It's amazing. And I've signed on. Just to change subject, I've signed on for a couple more films later this year too. Doing another Jason film, Jason Pitts film. It's called The Trial of Margaret Stone. It's already out on IMDb, so I can mention it, but it's already been cast and all that. So we're just now getting ready to start our Indiegogo campaign for it. That's where independent films try to raise money for it.
Right.
So we got some great perks out there for the people. For people that want to buy into it and support our film and stuff like that, which I think it's going to do very well, because people know what Jason can do now with the Forest of the Trees and with the Jason movie and all that stuff. So
you say the Indiegogo?
Yeah, it's called Indiegogo.
And you can invest in movies?
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or
I
you
didn't
can
know
buy
that.
perks. You can invest in movies. Yeah, absolutely. You can become an executive producer of the movie real quick if you give $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000 or $500, or you can buy a perk, and I say that, there's different things that the director writer will offer to a person like you or anybody else that want to be a part of the film. You might buy a perk of $100 to come be on set one day and just watch how we film.
Wow.
Yeah, stuff like that. And that's what indie films do to kind of raise money for their films, because we don't have the $30 million budgets and stuff like that set aside. And investors nowadays, with just to be honest, with the tariffs and with all the things going on in government,
Right.
not to bring up politics, but that is a real thing, and that is something that investors are looking at like, I don't know if I want to spend my money right now.
Yeah, everybody's tight right now.
Sure, they are, and they should, and as well they should be.
They should be, because we don't know what the hell's
We
going to happen.
don't know what's going to happen, and I don't blame them. So at the same time, you got to raise money somehow. So if you believe in indie film, if you believe in what people that's seen our films and people like me, as a lead actor or something like that, going to be in there, you can support us that way through Indiegogo and through, the campaigns and stuff like that we do to raise money for this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool, man.
It is. It's very cool. And it works out for the best, because that'll help pay the actors. That'll help pay for food. That'll help pay for locations and stuff like that, because that stuff's not free. I mean, it's just
Right.
not, and stuff like that. So, but I got a movie that I'm doing, The Trial of Margaret Stone, that I'm looking really forward to. I did get cast in a movie called The Hive, where I'm playing the big guy. I just put it that way for right now. I can't tell you a whole lot about that one, because it just, well, he don't want a lot out for that.
Is that a Jason Pitt movie?
No, it's not. No, it's a Sean Thompson movie, and it's going to be shot in Florida. So yeah, it's totally different.
Sean Thompson, I've heard that name.
Yeah,
Man.
probably, yeah. But he's independent filmmaker as well.
Right.
I think this is his first feature film that he's doing.
Oh,
So,
really? Okay.
yeah, mhm.
Okay.
So anyway, he's doing one called The Hive, and great concept. I mean, it really is. It's a great concept, and there's some twists and stuff in that too. So,
So you've read the script and everything.
I've started reading the script. I just got it like 2 days ago. Yeah. So with everything that's been going on, with as much as I'm traveling and with CMA Fest going on right now, I haven't had time to read the entire script.
Oh, that's why you were downtown CMA Fest. I don't ever participate in all that. I need to.
Yeah.
I need to be down there shaking hands and kissing babies, but you know, it's like when my back hurting like it is. I'm like, because I was supposed to have a label meeting this week, and I told my artist today, thank God I didn't.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I probably need to be going because I got to be downtown.
I got to get going too because my back's killing me.
Actually,
thank you so much, man.
Absolutely. Appreciate it so much.
You know
man.
I love you, and I really
absolutely, man.
appreciate everything.